Hello, Internet, and welcome to SonyCentric, the Outerhaven's official PlayStation podcast. I really want to eat the pad thai that just came to my house, so let's get this started. I am joined today by my co-host, the faithful Irish meatball, Mark Sullivan.
Are you going to share some of that pad thai with the rest of us, Jason?
Oh, hell no, dude. Go get your own fucking... Go get your own pad thai, you dingus.
I've never even had pad thai before.
Dude, you don't know what you're missing.
Apparently not.
Some motherfucker in Asia had the genius idea of putting peanuts in noodles.
So good.
See, she knows what I'm talking about. And to my virtual left, the lovely Delaila Lugo.
Hola.
She just broke the cardinal rule of podcasts. She talked before I introduced her. So it's a sin.
I feel like I do that every other week, probably.
I'll let this one go.
You were talking about pad thai. Can you blame me?
Yeah,
yes,
not
I
even
can.
sharing it with the rest of us,
I can
man.
absolutely fucking blame you because I'm the host to do what I want.
Ooh.
Now let's
Damn.
get this ball rolling. I got a question for y'all, motherfuckers.
Oh man, what is that question you have for us?
What are you playing?
Whoa.
Who do we want to start with?
I don't care. You go, Mark.
Damn, God, not even. Okay.
You're being a real dingus today, both of you.
Well, I finally had some time, and I decided to play some horror games over the weekend. And first of all, I beat Resident Evil 4. I finally just got it done.
Like for the first
Nice.
time?
No, of course not.
I know.
Man, like, what are you
I'm just
talking about?
clarifying for the audience that
that's
this is one of many times we probably between both of us on every console it's been on. How many times do you think we beat it?
Oh, I mean, I know I've beaten it no less than 15 times.
Exactly.
And I only really played on PS2 and PS3 before now. But yeah, I beat that, and then I started the remake of 1. And that shit is really confusing, but I like it.
What do you mean by confusing?
I don't. It got well. First of all, I thought I had heard something about using the stick as a control method, and then I thought that it wasn't working, and then it was working, and I don't know. I guess I just went crazy. But now it's much nicer to control. More so, like the mansion. It's. I think this is coming from someone that has barely played the first one ever before. The mansion is pretty wide open right from the get-go, besides like certain locked doors, and it's a little confusing trying to find out where to go next.
I see.
But otherwise, I really like it, and more so on Halloween night, I started a game I've been meaning to play for a very long time, and that game is Silent Hill 2.
Oh.
And
spooky games we got here, Mark.
Dude, holy shit, Silent Hill 2 is so good. I'm very behind. I acknowledge that. I'm super behind on a lot of my games. Silent Hill 2 is incredible.
Is this is the PS2, PS4?
No, I have a PS2 copy.
Oh, okay.
And I've been playing it. I broke out my old North American PS2 and swapped out my Japanese one. I could play this, and I'm really enjoying that.
Oh, look at me. I'm Mark. I have a PS2 from Japan.
Hey, man.
It was forged by Hattori Hanzo.
Yeah, I have an original Hattori Hanzo PS2. Yeah.
Yeah. Gonna go hawk it at some fucking store in Texas.
Good
Delilah,
God.
what have you been playing? I'm tired of hearing about Mark's fucking stuck-up shit.
Damn.
I envy you for playing horror games during Halloween. I wanted to, but instead I got greedy and played Overwatch to try and get some Halloween skins. And all I got was Junkrat. I mean, in addition to the ones I already had. I had Reaper, so I was fine.
Well, hey, you
but
kept
I
true to
reached Diamond
form.
rank,
It was all
so I'm real
Halloween
happy
stuff.
about that.
I had the same situation where, like, I was trying to get the Mercy and the the Ana ones, but the only ones I was able to get were Junkrat and Reaper. Oh, no, I also got Zenyatta, and the Zenyatta one's pretty dope.
Hey, if it
Yeah.
makes you guys feel any better, I didn't get any.
Cry me a river.
God, so rude today.
Guess what you also don't have, Mark?
What don't I have?
Pad Thai.
Yeah, it's true.
But go on, Delaila.
Yeah, so I'm really happy that I made Diamond rank. Maybe I'll stop playing competitive and focus on the other game I've been playing, which is Titanfall 2, which I really, really like. I mean, I played, I don't know, like 45 minutes to an hour of the campaign and about 2 hours of the multiplayer. It's fun as hell. I can't speak too much to the campaign because I haven't gotten too into it, but it's funny, like the relationship that the player has with the Titan, which he's like kind of like a grunt that inherits this Titan that belonged to an actual pilot, and sort of seeing that relationship build between them is really cool. But the multiplayer is really fun. I mean, you get to play different Titan classes, and you know, you can't you have to stick to, like, basically you want to pick the Titan that's most fun to you. So I haven't found who that is yet. I've been playing with Ion, which is like the very first basic one, just to kind of get a feel for the game. But I'm hoping to get back into that now that the Halloween event for Overwatch is over. And I also tried to platinum Rise of the Tomb Raider, and I kind of gave up on it after I got all the trophies except for these score attack trophies, which is basically more BS. You have to play the game, I don't know, maybe 1 or 2 more times more on the hardest difficulty with cards that make it more difficult, so you can add your multiplier. A card, for example, would be you can't die. And I was just like, you know what? I don't want to do this. I don't want to waste my time. I don't even have time for this. So I'm just going to sell it. And, you know, I don't want to ruin the game like I ruined Deus Ex for me. So I'm just going to sell it and leave it at that and not platinum it.
I feel like our trophy hunting habits are just falling apart lately.
Yeah, I mean, with school and work and just like not wanting to do redundant bullshit that's really not necessary. Like, I played the game on Survivor. Why do I need to do that again with more bullshit added to it? It's not
Right.
fun to me, and it's a good game, but I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've been playing a lot of Overwatch as well. I was very upset today when I accidentally purchased 11 loot boxes, not realizing that the event had ended.
Oh my god.
I didn't even check.
no!
And like, I got these loot boxes. It's like, you have 11 regular ones, and oh my god, dude, I went off. I fucking yelled at the top of my lungs. My neighbor actually checked to see if I was okay.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Wait, was that $10?
Yep.
Oh man.
I had spent
Damn.
it because I was celebrating because I had a really good day at work,
Hey man,
and I just got fucked in the ass.
if it makes you feel any better, last week I spent $15 on Record Keeper.
course you
I
did.
got a relic that I already had, and then I found out later that day that we were getting 25 free Mithril in a couple days, which would have covered what I
Damn.
had spent. So, you know, I kind of fucked up.
And on a
Okay.
final note, to end out this segment, because we got to get on to the news of the day, or the week, I should say. I've still been playing a lot of Battlefield, and I'm getting to the point where I actually, because it's Battlefield, so there's a lot of shit going on in each Battlefield game, and you got to kind of learn how everything, because it's so asymmetrical, you got to learn how everything, in order to be very successful, you got to learn what, you know, each thing does, what its actual role is, because no class plays the same. You got to learn how to position each class to be successful. You also have to learn, you know, how to use things like you got to learn the differences between the emplaced weapons and how effective they are versus different vehicles. And I'm starting to get to the place where I understand how everything works actually. So I'm not just spawning all the time and dying within 30 seconds. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I know, and I've also grown to realize that straight up, dude, Sniper is so OP in Battlefield 1.
I mean,
Mostly because the whole point of the other classes, very much like real soldiers in World War I, is to just run at the objective and die. Whereas snipers are actually doing, like, the work from the back.
Right, that's what I was gonna bring up. Like, snipers are where it's at, or where it was at that point in time. And I've been hearing things, about the multiplayer. You can set like a decoy head.
Yes.
And trick other snipers and everything. Which is that's pretty cool.
But snipers have always been a Battlefield thing. I remember Bad Company was the same way.
Hey man, I always went medic back in the day.
Bad Company was such a fucking good game.
Yeah, Bad Company 2 was my absolute shit, man.
I should say, yeah, I keep saying Bad Company, but I mean Bad Company 2.
Bad Company 2 is awesome.
Yeah.
Did you finish the campaign?
No, I haven't. It's funny because I did that one vignette and did pieces of the other ones, but I've just been playing a lot of Operations, which is new to Battlefield 1. It's essentially the maps strung together within their historical context.
Right.
And yeah, it's pretty cool. You'll join an operation where one side, say it's the Kaiserslacht offensive, where the Germans are fighting to push back the British lines, and the British will be on defense over the course of a couple of maps, and one team, the attacking team, will have three attempts to defeat the defending team. Each time they lose, they'll get reinforced with what are called behemoths. So whether or not it's a dreadnought ship or an airship or an armored train that has artillery pieces on it, stuff like that. It's really cool. It's it makes Battlefield feel even bigger than it already feels.
Nice.
So it's almost like if you were playing single player, but it's multiplayer.
Right.
But enough about me, because nobody cares about me. They come here to listen to about Mark's experiences in Japan and the weekly news. So let's move on to that.
All right.
What are we going to start with? Let's start with PS Plus. Mark, this is your specialty.
Oh man, PlayStation Plus. Yeah, because I feel like we have to have a discussion here about PlayStation Plus. Because yeah, I know we always talk about the PlayStation Plus games because this is a PlayStation podcast. Of course, we're going to talk about the PlayStation Plus games. Kind of important. This month, in comparison to last month, last month I feel was hard to top. Just for reference.
What is it?
Well, for reference, last month was headlined by Resident Evil Remaster, and Transformers Devastation. It would two, pretty nice, good games. This month we're headlined by Everybody's Gone to the Rapture and The Deadly Tower of Monsters.
Not to say Everybody's Gone to the Rapture is necessarily a bad game. I haven't played it, but
don't get me. I actually see. I feel like I'm in the minority. This is why I want to talk about this. I feel like I'm in the minority where I saw this and I got very excited because I've been wanting to play Everybody's Gone to the Rapture since it came out. And I've just, I've been putting off buying it because I knew I wasn't going to play it anytime soon. Now I'm getting it this month for free. I'm pretty stoked about that. That being said, comments on the blog when this was announced, some people we know just very, very negative on this month's lineup. I even hear the Deadly Tower of Monsters is a really, really fun game, and I don't know. How do you guys feel about this lineup? Because for reference, those are the PS4 games. For PS3, we got Dirt 3 and Costume Quest 2. And Vita, we got Letter Quest Remastered and Pumped BMX Plus. So the Vita titles kind of are whatever, but two pretty good PS3 titles. And how do you guys feel about this?
It's definitely a letdown in comparison to what we've got in the past 2 or 3 months. I don't think it's completely bad. I've never played those games, but I have heard decent things about some of those games. Honestly, when you first messaged in Slack and said prepare for the Rapture or something like that, I thought you were talking about BioShock for a second. Then I finally looked into the post and I was like, oh no, wrong. But yeah, it's okay. It's meh. I wish there was a continuous like hype buildup of like month by month, like there has been for the past few months. But
Right.
it's not bad.
Like last month we got Resident Evil and Transformers. The month before we got Journey and Lords of the Fallen. Yeah, I guess maybe it might be a little hard to top that or to keep that going, but I'm still pleased with everybody's going to the Rapture. Who knows, if I continue to hear good things about Deadly Tower Monsters, I'll probably give it a shot, but I mean, yeah. I feel like we're going backwards, but maybe not too much.
I mean, it's just that people for a while have been clamoring for more AAA in their PS Plus lineup. And so, anytime that we get a good, like a quote-unquote good month, followed by what can be perceived as more a niche title, that's, something like even Journey has popularity behind it. Everybody's Gone to the Rapture really doesn't have much, and in the mainstream eye, it's kind of considered, there's that dirty reputation kind of attributed to these walkathons, walking simulators, whatever. So it's not, in my opinion, it's not necessarily that PS Plus has gone backwards or forwards. It's more, there was kind of this boost in perception that things were going to get better with the past few months.
Right.
I mean, it's all because we're paying more now.
Yeah.
And we still don't really necessarily know the reason for that.
Because nobody's ever paid for, internet service for gaming.
Right. Well, that's the thing. Is like, that is what people aren't paying for these games like that. Or if you are, then maybe it's time to stop paying. Because really, what you're paying for is the service. You're paying to be able to play your games online. You're paying for that cloud storage. You're paying for a lot of these more important things than the games you're necessarily getting month per month. And especially if people are so displeased with it, the people that are the most displeased with it, I feel, are the ones that think that this is what they're subscribing for. Well, maybe I feel like those people need to put things in perspective, unsubscribe, and then see how much they can function without it.
Right.
Yeah, I think you really hit the nail on the head there, Mark. So let's move on, because we got...
Oh, man. Drop the mic.
Yeah, Mark just took his fucking Hanzo original PS2 and sliced the mic in half. So let's move on to something that, of course, can't have an episode of SonyCentric without fucking Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts, you dingus.
Yo, speaking of speaking of Final Fantasy, that Hattori Hanzo PS2 I have is a Final Fantasy 12 PS2.
Nice.
Of course it is.
I don't know if I have slightly more respect for you now. So, Final Fantasy 15 is gold.
Yeah.
It's also getting multiplayer DLC, which do we even know anything about this?
All right, so what they essentially said was it's going to be the last DLC on the season pass, because we're getting 6. 3 episodes that correspond to your 3 party members. 2 like bonus packs or something. I kind of forget the details of those other 2.
Oh, that's right. And then you can play your friends play as you. Yeah, I remember this now.
The multiplayer DLC is going to be the last part of the season pass, and it's going to allow 4-player, some sort of 4-player co-op. They didn't really give any more details. They gave about as much details.
It's going to be Chocobo Racing.
Oh God.
They said it's called Comrades. I don't know if that hints at anything.
I mean,
I guarantee you,
it's not Brotherhood. It's
not gonna be main game stuff. I can almost guarantee you.
I don't know about. I'm not anticipating that either. But I don't need multiplayer in this game.
Nobody does. So let's talk about the actually cool thing that came out about Final Fantasy 15.
What was that?
This week, which was the Omen trailer.
Oh yeah.
Omen,
cool.
as in, oh my fucking god, that was some Kojima level shit.
I think
it was a big story. It was a big story drop as well.
Can I describe? Can I tell how I described it in our chat when it happened when I watched it?
How'd you describe it? Because I wasn't paying attention to you.
I described it. Yeah, you were, because you were laughing. You were losing your shit at this because we were talking about it. I described it as Requiem for a Dream at the end of Coney Island shit, but with significantly less heroin and ass to ass. That's what I said.
Yes, basically. I mean, there was some ass-age. Like, they were probably putting the cocaine and the drugs up the ass. That's the only way to get it in fast enough. Ingest it fast enough.
Noctis, instead of shooting up drugs, he was shooting up dudes.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
Yeah, man.
It's really dark.
Essentially, yeah,
Dark.
it was very dark. And the big takeaway is that the whole trailer was essentially a vision that the king has. And that's the impetus for him to send Noctis and, God, what's her... It's not Stella anymore. What is it now?
Luna.
Luna on this new quest.
Yeah.
So basically, he's sending Noctis away and sending Luna to help him to prevent Noctis from killing Luna.
I don't know. I feel like we don't know enough about the story nuances yet to make large assumptions. I feel like it was a premonition.
Yeah,
it
was
really
a premonition.
I've been reading into some theories about it. Like the general consensus, it was a premonition to. And what was interesting was Noctis in that whole premonition was by himself the entire time.
Right.
He wasn't with his friends.
Yes, and that's why the king sends the guard with him. Yeah.
He doesn't, I guess, lose his way. Get led by a really cute dog, which he finds out is a really, really nasty hound.
It's like Chaos Noctis, I think it was called.
Spooky.
Do you guys follow the anime for this game?
Yeah, I have it on Blu-ray. I just haven't had time to watch it.
Yeah, I think I want to see it before the game comes out.
So I saw the first 2 episodes, and it was really good. I just need to finish watching it.
Nice. Yeah, I feel like I'm constantly like between these trailers and Kingsglaive, and then if I watch the animes, constantly like putting pieces of the puzzles. It's like they're teasing like at this story that I just still can't put together yet.
I'm still at the point where I just want them to stop giving us pieces of the puzzle.
Well, Kingsglaive apparently, from previewers who are already playing the game, like extensive builds of it.
Right.
And you can kind of tell when you watch the movie, Kingsglaive isn't so much like extra shit as it is like it's a primer, like it's a prequel.
Right. What I had been reading is that Kingsglaive takes place right before and during the beginning of the game.
Yeah, it's during the first chapter when you're like headed out, you're beginning the journey.
Right.
They're doing the negotiations, and then all hell breaks loose. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, just stop giving us stuff. Just put the game out. I don't want to see any more about this game. Just put it out.
I did want to just sort of add to the expansions that they're gonna have episodes. The Gladio episode is supposed to come out before Christmas, and then Ignis, Prompto, and then Comrades is gonna come out in that order. They just don't know the timeline for it.
Okay.
Interessante.
I didn't know they had given a roadmap.
Yeah.
So, on the other hand, we have Kingdom Hearts.
So we have more bullshit. Okay.
Well, I was leaving it for you to take this, Mark, because this is your wheelhouse.
Okay, so, Kingdom Hearts, hooray. So we get more confusing naming conventions for a series that I just hate to love and love to hate. Alright. Rejoice, for Kingdom Hearts 1.5 and 2.5 are coming to PS4 in their own compilation. So 2 compilations are becoming 1 compilation and being put out on PS4. So that's just fantastic.
That's actually good, yeah.
That is good. It is.
That's
good.
what I wanted. I didn't want them to like fucking release them on PS3 only, like what happened before.
Yeah, well, it would be a pain in the ass if they did that, but I mean, they're already releasing 2.8 only on PS4, so it would kind of suck if they had all these different collections of things, but had them spread out amongst 2 different consoles, which, let's be fair, that's a very, very Kingdom Hearts thing to do up until recent history, where, you know, oh, I want to play this spin-off. Oh, I need to buy a Nintendo DS. Yeah, or a 3DS, or a PSP. Like, up until the past 3 years or so, you had to have, like, at least 3 or 4 different consoles in order to play every Kingdom Hearts game.
Which is why I never played past 2.
Yeah, well,
I didn't even fucking finish 2.
That's understandable. Well, that's a shame. But now
and
you'll
they're
get
all
some
canon too. It's not like it's, you know, a separate thing.
That's why, like, I'm so afraid when 3 comes out, like, because there are all these fucking spiky hair. It's not. It used to just be 2 fucking spiky hair kids, and they were fucking fighting over the chick, which one was gonna bang her. There was Sora, and there was the gray hair one.
I feel like we need to have a special episode where Jason describes Kingdom Hearts canon.
Look. There was a spiky haired fucking kid, and there was the gray hair kid, and the gray hair kid became a bad guy, and they both, you know, they're in puberty, so they both want to fuck the girl because it's 3 kids on an island, like.
Oh my god.
It's fucking like. It's like that book with Piggy and the conch. Like, the 2 kids are gonna want to fuck. They're gonna want to fuck. Lord of the Flies.
Are you comparing Kingdom Hearts to Lord of the Flies?
Well, it's 3 kids on an island. It's just the 3 kids.
Oh my god.
Look, there are 2 guys and a girl. Either the guys are gonna gang up on her and share her, or they're gonna fight over her, and that's what happened.
This has got to be the title of the episode. Kingdom Hearts is Lord of the Flies, basically.
Anywho, the implied, you know, story of a spiky-haired motherfucker going through puberty and wanting to fuck this girl and best friend becoming evil somehow spiraled into, like, there are now, like, 7 spiky-haired people in, like, emo robes.
7?
Like, I don't know.
You're aiming way too low there, buddy.
Oh, am I? Probably. I don't know. There's one with, like, massive red hair. I don't care. Don't explain to me, Mark. I don't want to know. This is my point. Just get rid of all that shit.
Well, no, because here's the thing, alright? Because if you get this new collection with 1.5, 2.5 on PS4, it has 4 games and 2 movie versions of 2 games. So you can get caught up, and it's not going to be too crazy as far as getting all these systems in order to play them. And and plus the ones that are movies are like the 2 least accessible games to play. So you're pretty much set with this collection if you want to get caught up on the craziness that is Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
The question is, will I care?
I mean, they're good games, dude. Like, they're good games.
I do.
I
mean, dude, I love the first one. Like, we spoke about this the other day.
Oh yeah, well, okay. It's a shame that the first one is like the first one you should always play, and you know, it's a shame because that's the best one. You're gonna peak really early there, and you know that's subjective, but I'm also right about that, so whatever.
Just play Kingdom Hearts 1, you dingus.
Kingdom Hearts 1 is great. The rest of them are also very good games. And you're gonna, if you get this collection, it comes out in March. Not sure of the exact date in March. But you'll be set to catch up in time for Kingdom Hearts 3. Also, this isn't gonna have 2.8, so it's like weird because it's a complete collection, but it's not a complete collection. But I have to imagine they're gonna put out some sort of bundle that'll have everything. They did that in Japan before 2.8 was announced. They did that kind of here with a super limited collector's edition that I got and not a lot of other people got.
I don't like it.
Interesting.
It's too all over the place still, like, for me. Like, I bought the ones for the PS3, and then now, and I never play them, which is my problem. But, and then now it's like this PS4, but it's not complete. Like, just give all the shit on one disc, let's go.
Guys, if you or audience members, if any of you need help with understanding Kingdom Hearts canon, just hit me up. I'll try my best to help you out.
I don't know. They should probably hit Jason up. I think he has it to the T.
I think I need to. Jason's my #1 student. I need to help him a little bit.
Yo, Sora and Riku fight over the conch. Whoever has the conch gets to fuck the girl.
There is no conch.
Yo, what is it? Is it Besaid Island? I don't remember what the island was called.
It was no Besaid. Oh my god.
That's
Besaid was
Final Fantasy X. Yeah.
Destiny Islands.
Destiny, yeah. Anyway, let's get away from this.
Well, one last note about Kingdom Hearts news. Sora is coming to World of Final Fantasy.
Oh,
which
okay.
I actually did start playing. I enjoy that too. My mind is
do you agree somewhat with what my review, what I said, or are you differing?
No, I do. I also agree with what you were telling me about what Tama.
Yeah, man.
That, putting the word the in the middle of every other fucking sentence.
Who'd have thought that was gonna fucking work?
It's so bad. It's so bad. And you know what, this game, it is, I feel like it really is more aimed at children, and it is,
well, there's a lot of fourth wall breaking.
There is a lot of fourth wall breaking. And sometimes the script can be funny. More often than not so far, and keep in mind, I'm still really early on in the game, but more often than not, I find myself just kind of cringing.
Yeah, but there's some, in the very beginning, there's some funny, I like the character the character's literally God, and just, do you know the fucking Anna Crow or whatever?
Yeah, and that was interesting, where she's just like, I'm basically God, and then just walks off. It's like,
right.
Okay. Yeah, some of the stuff is pretty tongue-in-cheek good, and there were some jokes that were pretty funny. But there were some, more often than not, I feel like I'm groaning. And for me to groan at bad jokes, because I say a lot of just terrible jokes, it's, I don't know. It's very not great.
Right.
Sometimes I really don't like the script, but the game itself is fantastic.
I'm
really enjoying it.
Good, because it can be a fun game. So, I guess this would be our final topic. So I want to tie this all together. So, we've had a bunch of news about there were some quote unquote Overwatch leaks, but they were also tied to leaks, whether it's Diablo 3 or just Diablo in general. It's kind of unclear. I'm just gonna wrap this all up under the umbrella of it's BlizzCon this weekend.
Right.
Starting 4th and 5th. So there's gonna be something revealed or another. Basically, what happened was 2 pieces of concept art were leaked, and these are proven to be official Blizzard concept art. The images were. The links, the image addresses were on the official Blizzard website, and they're both signed by art directors for their respective games. One of them is an Overwatch character designer, the other one is a recently hired art director for quote-unquote the Diablo franchise. So not specifically necessarily Diablo 3. Could be Diablo 3, but might be a new game entirely.
Diablo 2 remake.
No, dude, I don't even want. I
Let's go.
want them. I want them to. I want them to move on with the franchise, but yes, harken back to Diablo 2. I would much prefer something in that direction over Diablo 3.
Definitely agree.
But I don't want to see just a rehash of Diablo 2.
I do, but I don't.
Yeah, I mean, it's just
really
I played it.
Diablo
I played
2.
it. Yeah, I played it way too much back in the day.
Yeah, that's fair.
I do want my Amazons though. So the concept art, basically one of them is of Sombra in Overwatch. We've already seen it matches exactly with the leaked character model from the character selection screen. So
right.
It's all but confirmed that is Sombra. She's gonna have some sort of submachine gun. She's gonna have weird fucking tentacles.
Hacking.
Yeah, some weird tentacles that, like, you know, do something sexual coming out of her fingers, you know, I don't know. They're, like, fucking all electric and shit. They've got to have some kind of sensations running through there. Who knows? Think of something.
Nice.
She looks like Laura from Street Fighter V, except
Sure.
less hypersexualized.
Sure. Yeah, I'm really stoked for that, simply because, in my opinion, as much as I play Overwatch, right now I've been playing it a ton, like almost as much as Battlefield 1. It desperately needs more characters. The game's meta is getting very stale.
Yeah.
Which I was hoping that, you know, they would have had more prepared beforehand to release out more steadily. Although they've been doing fairly well with content putting out for Overwatch, but it's definitely time. There needs to be more characters. I'm hoping more characters than just Sombra are announced, if not released, to like really shake things up and, you know, make the game exciting again.
Yeah,
but we'll see.
Like, speaking to that, there's hasn't been any animated shorts recently, but I did see an announcement that they're going to make like a show, a movie or something like that, a TV show.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I'd be totally down for that because the animated shorts are really, really good.
How about make a more single-player content, or PvE content, I should say.
Yeah. And I think, like, in their defense, they are working on sort of balancing the characters, because honestly, like, when you play higher level competitive, certain characters you just don't want to pick. And it's unfortunate, because if you really like a certain character, like, the team is going to chew you up alive for picking them, like SonyCentric, for example.
Yeah, I mean, that's not just the fault of balancing, though. It's also a matter of what kind of abilities certain characters have. So, for example, in competitive, you're never going to see a good winning team not have Lucio. Because not only does Lucio have area of effect healing, he can also deal a good amount of damage. He can deal more damage than any of the other healers. With the exception of Zenyatta, but Zenyatta doesn't have as much healing as he does.
Right.
You know, fucking nobody picks Mercy anymore. I guess Ana gets picked more for her offensive capabilities, like her nano boost, but it's really all about Lucio, and that doesn't really change. In the same way that Reinhardt is like the most popular tank, and it's very rare you see like Roadhog isn't very prevalent, and Diva has fallen from popularity. She's still up there, but more so at least than Roadhog but Winston, nobody picks Winston. Like,
yeah, I mean, yes and no. I think like certain payload maps people will switch to Winston, but I don't think they'll just like pick him right off the bat. They'll just do it to like clean up whatever payload.
Yeah, maybe to wombo combo with Ana with the nano boost, but
yeah. But yeah, I mean, like you said, Lucio is always paired up with another healer. I have seen some crazy Mercy stuff. I mean, like I said, I just got into Diamond rank, so I was playing with Master ranks recently, and it's like a completely different game, so it kind of like sort of reactivated something in me to make me like want to like experience the game in a completely different way. And literally one Mercy revive just like screwed over my team that were dominating this other team, and we wind up losing, and it was crazy. So, like, she is used, but most of the time you don't want to use a Mercy or Ana or Zenyatta by themselves. You definitely always want to have a Lucio with you.
Right. Yeah, I'm not saying any one of them is necessarily bad. I think everybody on the healing class except Symmetra is a great choice. It's just that Lucio is almost a necessity, and that's what, you know, that's where bringing in new characters with not just slightly different abilities, but like drastically different abilities that can, you know, change the game and create more variety.
Right.
In terms of the Diablo art, the art actually depicts a necromancer, but not just like a necromancer by themselves, but a necromancer and then a female necromancer behind them, and there's a whole like army of skeletons, which has been leading many to speculate that this is essentially a leak of what will be a new class for Diablo 3, because in Diablo 3 every class has male-female variant. Sure, I guess so. I mean, in my mind, there are still a lot of people who play Diablo 3, and it certainly became a great game over time, more so with the console version, and then the patch, the Loop 2.0, and then Reaper of Souls came out and really, changed the vanilla game to a point where it was a great game. But at this point, like, when was the last time it's seen content? That game came out in 2012? It's really kind of dead, so why?
Yeah. Also, when I hear Necromancer, I think Witch Doctor, even though...
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yo, when I hear Necromancer, I hear Necromancer, 'cause Diablo 2 is life.
No, I agree that they should have been there it should have been there from the beginning. Fuck the Witch Doctor, but still, like, at this point, I'll be extremely disappointed if they're just adding more content to Diablo 3, because it's the 20th anniversary for Diablo, so there's going to be something, whether it's just a token thing, like piece of content for Diablo 3, or whether they announce like a new actual project, remains to be seen. I don't know why they would continue to stick with Diablo 3 other than the fact that they don't have to spend any money really on it.
Right. Before you close out, I don't know if you want to say anything more on this topic now, but I do have a question for you guys.
A question?
Yeah, I have a question.
Man.
A question.
Do any of you guys have The Last of Us Remastered?
I do.
Yes.
Okay, so apparently it has a patch for HDR support.
Oh.
So I was wondering if maybe you guys can check that out and see if there's any difference.
I don't know if my TV is HDR compatible.
I definitely can't.
That's the one problem with that.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what that's all about. I don't have The Last of Us Remastered, but basically the PS Pro is coming out in like a few days, right?
Oh my god. Yeah, it is.
What is it,
I think
November
next week.
10th? Like a week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll fact check real quick.
Yeah, so I just kind of want to hear about the differences, if not from you guys, from someone who can speak to that.
It won't be me, because I have like a little fucking monitor. I don't have a capable television.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, mine may. I'm not entirely sure. I kind of doubt it, but I'll check it out. Also of note, not only The Last of Us Remastered, but Infamous Second Son also did get a patch to give HDR support.
Nice.
It looks like they're rolling that out for quite a number of at least exclusive titles. Probably gonna start. Third parties are probably starting to getting it too.
I'm looking over at my library now because you said that, and I see Infamous Second Son, and I just suddenly got a huge hankering for some Infamous.
Yeah, right?
And I might go back and play. I don't know, because it's like, Jesus. I can't use my free PS Plus or PS Now subscription, the 7-day trial, until Red Dead comes out. So I can't play Infamous 2. So I guess Second Son might have to suffice.
The best Infamous, by the way.
It is the best Infamous by far. It is also one of the best, probably like top 5 games, I would argue.
Of all time?
No. On Sony console in like the past decade.
Absolutely. Definitely one of the best, one of the top 10 on the PS3.
Yeah.
By the way, Delaila, you were correct. November 10th is PS4 Pro's release date.
Yeah, I can't believe it. That's like crazy fast.
Yeah, I feel like just last week they announced it and we were all disappointed.
Yeah, and there's also gonna be like 2 new Xbox One Elite PS4 style controls. I mean PS4.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. How do you guys?
We never talked about those, and I feel like we never talked about them was because the Xbox, the Xbox One Elite controller, is a Microsoft controller. Like they made it, they put it out there. These 2 controllers are third-party controllers from Nyko and some Razer, I think. and I don't know what you guys think. They kind of look ugly to me.
Yeah, of
I
course
have
they look
small
ugly.
hands.
They look ugly, and they're third-party controller. It like
Yeah.
I look at these controllers and it harkens back to when we were kids and we went over to our friend's house and they had that one third-party controller that like had
Ketchup.
Cheeto dust on it and was just fat and gross and didn't work, and they handed that controller to you like, hey, let's play.
Yeah.
And you were like, you know what? I'll watch because that controller looks fucking gross.
This has been SonyCentric, where fuck you if you use third-party controllers. They're ugly. Have some
Yeah.
fucking decency. Take pride in your gaming. If you want to know more
Damn.
about our opinions on gaming, you can head over to theouterhaven.net, our sponsor, our parents' company, if you will. You can also check out our other video content on YouTube at user/theouterhaven.net. If we did a good job, please like this video and subscribe. And please leave some comments down below. We want to know what you think and what you want to see next. And please tell us, is Mark just a fucking snobby old bastard who thinks he's all cool because he's been in Japan? Or
God.
am I just dreaming? Do you have a Hanzo original PS2 as well? Let us know. As always, Internet, it's been real. This is SonyCentric. I was joined by Mark and Delaila. Peace out.
Later.
Adios.